Turning to medical research, a breakthrough study at Washington University could have a huge impact on the lives of children with cerebral palsy. The study investigated the health benefits of equine therapy and is giving weight to a practice that's helping these children make huge strides. Jesse Rudolph is like most 8-year-olds. He likes studying science and being a Cub Scout, but he has a challenging goal ahead of him that is different than his peers.
So I'll be able to walk.
And this horse may help him achieve that goal. Jesse was born with cerebral palsy and has been doing physical and occupational therapy for years. Then he tried hippotherapy, or therapy with a horse, as part of a study at Washington University.
We saw it was fantastic.
We saw improvements.
He improved in 12 weeks like we could never have hoped before, and we kept going.
The year-long study involved measuring stability changes in children with cerebral palsy after 12 weeks of horse therapy. Tim Shurtleff was lead researcher.
One of the problems people with cerebral palsy have is being able to keep their trunk stable, which is the reason they often use canes and walkers, not so much because their legs don't work, but because they can't control the trunk and the head. They need both.
Shurtleff designed an elaborate setup to measure stability changes. First, his team put small reflective markers on specific body parts of each child. The children then rode this mechanical barrel, which challenged them to keep head and trunk stable while in motion. 6 cameras capture the motion in 3-dimensional space and send that information to a computer. The children were tested before undergoing horse therapy and again months later.
We really wanted to test the changes that occurred in trunk and head stability after riding a horse. Because riding a horse challenges them 3,000 to 5,000 times over a 45-minute session, because every step of the horse pushes them, and it moves in a rhythmic motion, which challenges them in lots of different directions while they're riding.
Study participants like teenager Hannah McLeod say that horseback riding worked their muscles differently than any other activity.
By the time I get off the horse, I'm exhausted. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun.
But now there is statistical evidence to back up their beliefs.
I can pick up my knees farther than I used to.
And remember 8-year-old Jesse? This computer sketch shows how he looked during his first test ride. His trunk was moving with the mechanical horse, but he was flopping and could not control his upper body. After going through equine therapy for 3 months, this is what his follow-up ride in the lab looked like on the computer. You can see his ride was much smoother.
I thought it was very fascinating when Tim showed us his workbook with graphs that showed Jesse's head movements when he started and how it was more than 90 degrees movement while he was riding, and then he was able to, after the study, reduce that to just, I think it was less than 40% movement. So it was incredible.
We could tell. He had a lot more control in his trunk, a lot more strength, a lot more endurance, and he just seemed to last longer during the day.
The evidence collected by the Washington University team only confirmed what experts and parents have been saying for years, that horse therapy can make a huge difference in the life of a child. Parent Jennifer Bulldog credits riding for big changes in her daughter.
The big one is she learned to walk when she was 3.5 years old. Up until that time, she was using a walker or just scooting.
She and others are hoping the study results will open equine therapy to a wider pool.
Everybody should be able to do this.
A lot of people are not able to get the therapy because they can't afford to pay for it. And if we can show that that the therapy is effective, that it really makes a difference for people, and we have solid scientific data to show it, then the insurance companies are really obligated to respond.
Researchers say they were also impressed that children sustained the benefits of horse therapy for several months after their riding sessions stopped.
Okay, good.
Jesse's parents say their son will keep working with his 4-legged friend as Jesse pursues his mission to walk on his own 2 feet.
Just warms your heart.
The Washington University team is applying for grant money, hoping to follow up their study with a randomized clinical trial of hippotherapy.